We have a wonderful guest here today. You all know him, BitBoy. Crypto Ben himself is here, the champion of YouTube crypto, I would say. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing good. I was doing a little better yesterday. As prices were up a little more, but it is what it is. It's fine. I mean, look, when you've been in this for a while, I mean, I don't even look at it like that, really. I look at it more in terms of my audience sentiment than my own sentiment. I already know where Bitcoin's going.
Oh, dude, I feel you on that. Like, for me, I'm sitting here and we get an all-time high. I'm kind of excited. And then I see everyone else all excited, and I kind of get the energy from them, and I love it.
Yeah.
I see those YouTube play buttons in the background. Those are fancy there.
Yeah, that is one for BitBoy Crypto, and then one is Hit Network, which is our behind the scenes channel that's got I think like 116,000. Our gold for 1 million on BitBoy Crypto is in our studio.
La-di-da. I like it. We'll get one here soon enough. We're actually just about to hit 40K, so
awesome.
Most of the way there.
Sweet. I think when I first checked out your channel, you had like 12 or 13.
Oh, dude, I've said this story a million times to our viewers, but I first went on your channel. I think it was November last year, and I think you were maybe around the 100K. I was probably like around the 10, and your growth has been insane, dude. How do you do it? How do you crank out these videos?
Well, we have a big team here. It's not just me. I mean, we've got over 30 employees. So, and they're not all working on BitBoy Crypto stuff. We've got other people. We have got another show, New Money Gang, and then we've got Hit Music. So Hit Network is our larger company that we created after BitBoy Crypto, but it's kind of the umbrella. Everything's underneath. Hit Network, is its own thing. Then we got Hit Music. So we're actually got some really exciting stuff about a recording studio with a big musician that everybody knows, that we're going to be going into business with. So we're going to be creating our own record label, and of course, it's going to be all NFT driven, right? So
nice.
when we do our own record label, it's going to be like, because look, part of what I do is crypto, of course, like that's what everything started as. But the other thing we do is like creator support. Now that we know how to do it the right way and build stuff, we help people to build stuff. We do editing, we do thumbnails, we do titles for other people. We also do, some people that aren't necessarily in crypto, we give support to as well. And so it makes sense from our Hit Network standpoint to get involved in music. And the thing is, record labels have a bad name, right? Because they're like greedy, intermediary, third-party stuff, all stuff we don't like in crypto. But what if there was a record label that came out and was like, hey, you know what? Let's do this not necessarily in terms of how much money can we take from the artists, but how can we enable and empower them through NFTs to be able to create brands that last, to where they're still really independent in a lot of ways. We don't have our hand in all the cookie jars, but we're giving them the space to record and helping them with marketing and stuff like that. So that's something we're looking to do, which is pretty big. We got so many things going on. We're about to be moving in our new studio here soon.
That's huge. It's huge. And that was actually going to be one of my questions, is kind of that development to where you got to today. What's great is the expansion. I love that you're going to involve crypto with that idea. A lot of people, and myself included, have been a little critical of NFTs because it's JPEGs, it's pictures, and there's so much more that can be done there. And music, I think, is really a big target. Gaming, of course. When's BitBoy Games coming out? When are we getting like an MMO BitBoy RPG, man? I'll jump on that.
Well, I'm not sure. We've had some talks with some people about doing some stuff like that. I think that on a gaming perspective, we're more interested in the streaming side. So when we do move to our new studio, it's a 38,000 square foot facility. I mean, it's decked out. We're working on getting everything ready to move over, and then we'll still have a lot of construction even after we do move in there. But we got all kinds of stuff going on, but one thing we want to do is live streaming gaming and getting like our own gaming, team together. Right. So I'm obviously, I would be like the old, I'd be like,
the coach,
I'd be like Paul Bearer for the Undertaker. You know what I mean? I'm not the Undertaker, but I'll come in there. Oh, welcome to my gaming team. I'll have some ashes of the other team, right? So, but that's what we're really interested in, and we're also interested in metaverse stuff. So we're more interested in getting our character BitBoy like woven into. That's how my channel started. Was an animated cartoon series. That's why BitBoy's the name. I never thought I was going to be BitBoy, but people just started calling me that. But we're going to be interested in weaving our character into other games in the metaverse and doing stuff on blockchain and in virtual reality and stuff like that. That's really where we see ourselves going in gaming, not necessarily like having our own gaming production company, but at this point, sky's the limit for what we can do.
Yeah, right. I was there. I was going to ask kind of where BitBoy came from. I didn't actually know. So it was like a superhero, and now you're just a superhero, I guess.
So the funny thing is, actually, the person who came up with the name and the idea for BitBoy actually works for me now, which is Justin Williams. He's my head of NFT development. And, we were just in crypto. He lived in Florida. I lived in Georgia. We were talking all the time. And he's like, man, you know what this space needs? This was in December of 2017. He's like, this space needs a superhero. This space needs a cartoon series, something that can bridge over into mainstream, like the people could watch because they're interested in the series, not necessarily because they're interested in crypto, and then learn about crypto through the series. And so he came up with the name BitBoy, and then I created this character Hodl, which is like his turtle sidekick. We created this whole thing. We started working on animation and storylines. And if you go watch the original channel videos on my channel, like the first video is actually kind of what we were trying to do there. It was not the series itself, but kind of it was like a talk show where BitBoy and Hodl were talking to Carlos Matos of BitConnect and stuff as a joke. And I edited the audio. Exactly. So I edited the whole video. What we learned is dealing with animators was very difficult because they're very expensive and they're very slow. So I learned to animate myself and started doing it, but we weren't getting a return on that time. Like I was spending weeks trying to make one video, and the video would come out, it'd get 800 views or 400 views and not enough to justify what we were doing. And we were going through a bear market. So people didn't really want the fun. They didn't want the entertainment. They didn't want the excitement. They all wanted to be miserable together at that point. And so nothing, like Bitcoin and Friends was a cartoon series that came out a little bit after that. I don't know where it's at. I don't even think it's around anymore. It might be. So. I don't think it is. I haven't seen anything of it in well over a year now, because during that time, it was just hard to put out stuff like that. Now stuff does pretty well in that vein. But what the cool thing is, what we've been able to do is we've been able to, and at some point during the show, when I was doing interviews, people would come on the show and they would call me BitBoy because I didn't explain the channel to everybody. I just started doing news videos because it was easier time on my, return on my time investment. And, they start calling me BitBoy. And so we try to separate. I just want to say my name's Ben on every video. I'm not technically BitBoy, but everybody knows I kind of am too. That's what I'm 38, going to be 39 this month, and I'm still a boy. People say, when's BitBoy growing to Bitman? I'm like, well, he's a character. He's ageless. He's like Bart Simpson. But over time, now the NFTs have developed, we've actually been able to bring BitBoy NFTs into the market that reflect our original stuff. We have a DC artist that we work on, and all of the NFTs. I'm glad you made that point about like what's going on with NFTs is JPEGs, because nothing that we put out anymore. Maybe the first round or two of things that we did were just JPEGs, but we've worked really hard to give utility to all of our NFTs. So even though it may be a JPEG in some cases, it also comes with utility. So we did some drops on Theta to where part of the NFT drop was you got to have a one-on-one call with me, or a group call with me, like a Skype call or Zoom call. 10 people that bought that NFT, and it was bid style, so just whatever they want to pay for it. And then we had another one where people got to play a poker game with me one night for like 2 hours. So that was kind of fun. We try to build stuff in. We have a lot of projects we've done NFT wise that have airdrops, that have really cool stuff built into them, so you can win things. That's a big thing people like. I mean, they like lotteries. They like to buy something and then have a chance to win something more. So that's something we've been working on for a long time. So we do believe that just pictures of JPEGs is not enough.
This is actually the hardest hitting question I'll ask you today. What do you think happened with CryptoKitties? This has been boggling my mind. So CryptoKitties were out in like 2018, and they're essentially the same as NFTs, like a lot of maybe the original NFTs today. But then they didn't really get caught up in this hype. I don't know if you have an answer. I'm asking everybody. What happened?
Well, I would say it has to do with innovation, right? So what is CryptoKitties really doing to innovate? They may be doing some things, but they're not doing enough compared to what Bored Ape Yacht Club is doing. Where you've got a Discord group, you got people going. I know people that, and look, let's say facts. CryptoKitties blew up on the ETH blockchain and clogged it up back in December of 2017, I think it was, and then in 2018 it got even worse. But the thing is today you've got to be able to put your NFTs on other blockchains as well. Like we use Polygon for a lot of stuff because the transactions are just too high. When you're having to pay ETH gas fees to be able to, breed two kitties together or whatever the case may be. I've never owned a CryptoKitty. We actually had one of our editors in the office who left us to do some I guess Hollywood work is a good way to say it. Well, it's Yollywood here in Atlanta. We call it Yollywood. But she was tired of being behind the computer. We love her. She was a great editor, and she got really into CryptoKitties because she's a cat lady. She loves cats, and so she got into it. She was always telling me how much the gas fees were doing for all this stuff. And I think that CryptoKitties probably still have some value, but you just got to be on the cutting edge of stuff, and they're not really doing a good job of doing that. And I think a lot of these NFT projects are like, set it and forget it. Let's sell them and be done with it. And you can't. Those are the types of projects that are going to crash dramatically. Whenever we do have the NFT correction that will happen at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. My lady got into them, all those years ago. I think a lot of people don't realize that they existed so long ago. She bought like a few, and you don't know what they're actually worth because you can put them up for anything. You don't know if people are buying them. I think maybe they've held their ETH value, but my only experiences on Rarible, I put just jumped in, randomly put up an NFT, and I remember someone bid on it, but to accept it, I had to pay a gas fee way more than, the NFT cost. And I was like, well, I'm not going to accept that. Yeah, it is a problem. So I think you actually are onto there with the different chains. The NFTs, people view it as very bullish for Ethereum, and it is in ways, but those fees become problematic. And it really has been not just this year, but we've seen it 2017 and 18.
Well, I'll tell you, our new goal is to crash Polygon.
Oh,
That's what we want to do. We want to send so much transaction through Polygon that we crash it. That's no offense, Polygon. We love you. That's why we use you. But we haven't really seen anything that can handle a BitBoy stress test yet. So we've got a really cool thing coming out this weekend called Coin League. It's like DraftKings, but for crypto. We've been working really hard on this along with some other developers for a long time. And my idea was I love DraftKings. Are you into sports at all?
On and off. I haven't been as much lately, but I used to watch a lot of basketball.
Okay, so you're familiar with DraftKings?
Yes.
Okay.
They serve me ads all day. All day I get ads.
Of course. It's like daily fantasy leagues. Well, what if you could pick a fantasy league crypto portfolio for 3 days, and the winner, whoever all the 5 coins you pick, if your 5 coins are the best out of, let's say it's a 10-person league, you win money. You don't even have to invest in the projects. You win money, and then you could, put that money to wherever. That's what people like. It's a game. I love DraftKings. I never win. I never win DraftKings. I still pick my son. My 9-year-old son crushes me every week. He almost won $250,000 one time. Ooh. He ended up winning like 800. It was like on a $20 contest. He got like 21st out of like 1 million people. And, they had it real top heavy because number one prize was really high or whatever it was. And he crushes me every week. I never beat him. I don't know why he's so much better. I'm maybe too analytical, but I was playing one day. I was like, why can't we do this for crypto? So we do it on Polygon. It comes out on Saturday. I think we're launching the version for, anybody can go start playing, and we're going to stress test Polygon this weekend. So pretty fun.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think that there's 2 or 3 things in this space that really overlap, and it's gaming and it's gambling. Those are 2 things. I mean, those are our favorite things. We can say that's good or bad, doesn't matter. The demographics hit perfectly, and fantasy sports. I used to love. I didn't even watch too much football, but I used to play fantasy football because it's fun. It's fun. It made me want to watch the different teams, and I think maybe that could have the same effect even for those coins. In this scenario,
it's a way to connect with people too. I mean, because when you're playing a fantasy football league, the people in your league. Well, we're going to give people opportunities to play with me, to play with our NFT guy, to play with TJ, to play with all the people here, DZ, the main people we guys see on screen. You see, are you better than them? Are you better than TJ? That's the question.
Dude, I love it. I love that idea. Hey, I'll count me in. I'll do it someday. Everybody can wreck me. You know what I'll do? I'll just pick all the coins that don't move and.
Yeah, you pick Litecoin.
I'll pick Litecoin. Hey, you know what though? I made that video the next day. It pumped. That was yesterday. Now it's back down. But
it's because you made the video.
I'm single-handedly manipulating the market. Clearly,
100%.
It's
very obvious.
All 30,000 of my potential viewers.
Yeah. Well, you can't take these responsibilities light.
No, I'm very picky.
That was a Litecoin.
Oh, I didn't even get it. Dang.
I know. I had to help you with it. Yeah, I'm here for you.
Thank you. Ben wrote the whole script for this, by the way, just so you know. Oh man, you got so much going on.
That wasn't your line, Tom.
No, that was your line. You were supposed to. Right. You have a ton going on, man. I find it hard as a creator, and this is where my deep respect for you comes from, man. I find it hard enough just to stream like every day or every other day. You've got 5 different streams and channels, and you got these different projects going on, and the best thing that I see that you do is new people in the space. They always say, I saw BitBoy first. They came into the space, they saw you, and they got hooked on it. And I love that. It's bringing new people in. I think that's huge. think that's huge. And across,
Yeah.
of course, across the blockchain. Is it around the blockchain or
Well,
across the blockchain? I would
it's
say
around.
around.
It's around because we go around the screen.
Yeah. I love it. I think it's awesome that you give voices to. I've seen people on there with a few hundred subscribers, and that is huge, man. Because YouTube, the battle. You know the battle with the platforms. They just don't get shown to people, and just being on your channel can be such a big opportunity. It was for us, and like, man, it's tons of respect for that.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it is an honor that on your first point, it's an honor that that's what people say when they come into crypto. Like to come from where I came from and where people didn't care about me and they didn't watch my channel, and that people thought there were other creators that would come in my comments and say, "You're never going to be relevant. Why are you even doing this?"
That's screwed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that one's another story. But the fact is, to get to where I'm at today, to where a lot of people do see me as the mainstream crypto channel, this is where people come through to get in the door, and then they go off to other places. And you know what? When they decide they like other creators or they like other maybe they're more chart centric or more trader centric or more NFT centric, then we love when they go out of the nest. We love when people come in and we incubate them and we teach them the groundwork, and if they want to get more advanced into one specific niche, because we cover so much, then we let them fly. We love it when people move on to other levels in crypto. And the same thing for creators. We're passionate about crypto. That's why I do what I do. That's why there's no chill for me in this. There is no chill. I could retire tomorrow and go buy an island and whatever, even though I do have a Hawaiian shirt on. I'm not ever going to do that because I love helping people in crypto. And that also goes further than just the people watching. It goes to the other people creating. It's the same thing. We love watching creators grow. I love watching your channel grow. I've loved watching Wendy grow to $100,000. I've loved, or 100,000 subscribers. I've loved watching Crypto Stash grow. I love watching, everybody that's genuine in crypto. There are some people out there that are, disingenuous and, they're just reading lines off of a screen. But outside of that, George, I love George. George, Cryptos R Us. We talk about a good bit whenever we talk about how, really his growth point when he really started moving up was when I started talking about all the stuff he was finding out about F2 Pool back in January or February. And, we helped. I'm going to take credit for his channel. George is an incredible creator. But we kind of jump-started him kind of moving in a more positive direction and getting a lot more. And we love that. Like, I don't think I'm always going to be, the biggest crypto community, or we're going to strive for that, of course, because I am competitive. But we want other people in crypto to grow because that widens the voice of what we're trying to do. It's not just me out here trying to propel people onto my back and say, let's go up the crypto mountain. But we need other people. And let me tell you, we have people that have 200 subscribers come on the channel. We watch them grow to 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers. There are people who have been on my channel who have been grinding for years without the respect that they deserve. And they came on my channel and we were able to push them to a new level. And I love that. And I love my community for being so, so thoughtful to go help these people out and to give them, validation and credibility.
I've seen it, man. In my head, I have a few just that I know specifically that had that opportunity and grew a lot. I think in crypto, we get really tribalist for some reason. Maybe that's just, the world right now. Anyway, won't comment on the world right now, but we seem to get tribalist and we want to hate each other. And I think that even extends to creators. And I think what everyone needs to realize is we're 1%. If on a good day, we're 1% of the people. We can't afford to fight each other. We just have to help each other. Right. We have to grow this space, and everything that comes into this space adds some kind of value, brings some kind of new people, and it's all net positive. Like your favorite coin not doing great that day or something, like that isn't a reason to get mad at someone else because theirs is, or hate on them. Like we really have to come together to be strong. We are not big, not yet.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And what you've seen, what's very interesting is you've seen creators who kind of tried to build their channels on attacking other creators. And, a lot of them will run into either one of two things. Either they ruffle the feathers of the wrong person who has enough money to fight them back in legal types of ways, which have happened in the space. A lot of it is behind closed doors for good reason, because, it's not good to see the top creators, fighting in the space. That looks bad, but that's one thing that happens. Number two thing that happens is, and we may see it again, during a bear market, attacking other people favors well. Like people like that because people are miserable. But, for 75% of the time in Bitcoin's lifetime, it goes up. Now, the first year it's going up doesn't feel great because it's still below the recent all-time high. But for 2 years of a bull run, every other 2 years, people don't want to see people attacking. Everybody's making money. Everybody's feeling good. That content doesn't play well over time. And what I did is, instead of attacking other people, is I tried to build a community. I got a large, influencer group on Telegram. I didn't start it. Crypto Crush started, but I'm an admin there. We've grown that way, and building a strong network of people throughout the bear market. Elio, Wendy, Altcoin Daily, Ivan.
Hey, I'm there too.
Crypto Stash. Well, no, I met you in the bull run. I don't know about going back to the bear market. These were people that I knew, that I met in person, and we built a really strong network that helped each other. And then in the bull market, when we start finding other people, like it grows. And now thanks to Around the Blockchain, we got a really strong network of creators that all help and support each other, and we all want to see everybody do well. And it's there are people that will stab you in the back and stuff like that, and that sucks, and you have to deal with that. One time, shame on you; twice, shame on me, is kind of thing. But I think overall, and here's the thing, I think this is why we do see a lot of synergy between creators in crypto, because generally we're all the same type of person. Mm-hmm. In crypto, you've got a curious mind, you're intelligent, you have vision, you can see the future, you're not afraid to take risk, you're analytical, you tend to think about a lot of different things. You're not a sheep. There's no sheeple in crypto. I'll tell you that. And because of that, because TJ, my business partner, and I, we've talked about it a lot, how all of our best friends are in crypto. And this was before we even got big and everybody wanted to be our friend. Like, it's just in life, all of our close friends are in crypto, or either, like, if they're a close friend out of crypto, they come into crypto because of what we tell them. But it's like, we all kind of have the same general mindset. That's why you can have deep conversations with somebody you just met, at a conference, and you've only known them for an hour. And all of a sudden, like J-Change, Justin and I decided to do, we met each other and talked for an hour and decided we were going to start a podcast. And we've been working together for years now. So you just meet those people you connect with because you're all on the same wavelength in crypto.
I love it. It's magical. I totally agree. There's some, whether it's like chicken, egg, chicken, there's something with intelligence in crypto. And I've even seen it where people maybe aren't that way, and then they join crypto, and then all of a sudden they start questioning everything. And this isn't even like a political spectrum thing. It's like, I've seen people from any side of any aisle have a wonderful conversation with each other, that they have a meaningful exchange of ideas. And I can't name anything else in the world that's like that. I really can't. Just anyone of any belief, even, it's a little younger, tends to be kind of the demographic, but even our channel, I think we have like maybe 10%, even 65 plus. We have people from everywhere. You're
attracting, even though they're older, and the number of people that would be visionaries when they're older or be able to understand crypto is probably smaller. You're still attracting that same kind of person from every age group, is what it is. That's why you see it kind of bubble at certain ages. But overall, there's still, because I get people, we had a show one time where I, was making jokes about old people, and, people over 50, they got, which I'm 39 almost, but, people over 50 were like really upset at me for a day or two. And I was like, I was just making jokes, but you got to understand that anybody that's watching my show, you're not included in that. I'm talking about your friends that you try to talk to until you're blue in the face about crypto, and they're just like, nah, don't get it, don't want it. I'll take my stonks. Yeah.
I got my dollars. I have all my money in my dollars in my savings account. Getting 30 cents a month, getting that interest.
0.01% interest. I love that.
I love it. Oh man, the bull market, bear market thing that you just described. What's really funny is, because I think we're known, pretty known for being bullish. Yeah, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, period. It's going to go down, it's going to go up. But I think you actually share that, and that's something I noticed. I think I was going to say it on Around the Blockchain the other day. Is we've agreed, I think, twice directly about kind of Bitcoin, and that was back in May, June, July. I remember we were both saying it ain't over, baby, and everyone else was 65K is the top forever, we're going down forever.
Yep.
And then when I was on 2 days ago, you said throw the chart out the window, and I didn't get to say it. I agreed with you there. When we're at the all-time high, man, you throw the chart out the window. I love TA, it's all I do. But when Bitcoin, you turn that engine on, and really, you're not going to get much from the chart. It's just going to go somewhere. That's just
that's
it.
And that's the volatility. You can't really bake in the volatility of an end of a parabolic cycle. Like volatility is going to be extremely violent in both directions. I mean, because if you think about it like this, if we do hit my proposed target, which I do believe we will hit,
what's your target?
Somewhere between 100 and 120K, closer to the 100,000 than 120K, but I believe it will peak over the six figures. When we hit that, like, think about it. We could see Bitcoin drop 50% in 2 months. That's $50,000, right? Traditionally, that's what we've seen with bear markets when they begin, is a Bitcoin retracement of percent over the first 2 months. So, like, when you're talking about that kind of volatility, that's insane. And especially like you saw yesterday, we go all the way to 67, then we went all the way back to 61. People forget about that yo-yo effect. And this is really the kind of thing that mainly happens towards the ends of these cycles.
It's just crazy to me, man. We had $1,000 day candle or something, and we're likely to see a $10,000 daily candle at some point.
That's the number.
But
I'm waiting to see that.
2-3 years ago, $1,000 candle in a day it was mind blowing. It was world shattering, and now it's
bull
like
runs back.
It's just like a
April
Tuesday.
2018, bull runs back. We had $1,000 candle.
Oh my God. I can't wait for that I can't wait for the 5-figure candle. And then, you know what? I can't wait for the 5-figure candle in the other direction too. It's going to be just as spicy. People are going to lose their minds. Just lose the zeros. Just don't think about the decimal points. I think is a way better way to approach it. People think in the dollars. I always talk about percents.
Well, it is true, but I also I've gotten to the point where I now believe and try to preach this message of hodling is a lazy strategy. Hodling is good for people who are brand new to crypto, or they want to set and forget their crypto, and they're not they're okay if they only make 25% in 4 years or whatever the case. I mean, it's more than that, but where they literally don't care, because there's enough crypto education out there where you should be able to time within a couple months the top of the market, and within a couple months the bottom of the market. And even if you time it at 70% of the all-time high and you sell, well, when it hits to whatever the 100% number is, it's going to drop 70 to 80%, maybe even higher based on previous numbers. You're still way better off. All you got to do is learn how to buy. Now, you can dollar cost average, that's fine, but if you take that strategy out, learn to buy once every 4 years and sell once every 4 years. And the amount of compound gains that you can get from that action, which we enable you to do here at BitBoy Crypto, and other people do as well, on approximately timing the top and the bottom of these cycles. There's really no excuse not to do it if you want to compound your gains. I mean, you're looking at the difference between here's a good, for instance, had a guy who came in my chat the other day and he said, I've got 0.3 BTC. Should I just hodl this, or should I try to sell when we get to the top of the market? I'm like, well, do the numbers. If you bought Bitcoin at let's just say you bought it at $10,000. Okay. If you bought Bitcoin at $10,000 and you have 0.3 BTC, well, that's you have $3,000 worth, right? Well, Bitcoin goes up to 100K. You now have $30,000, right? If you sell at the top, that $30,000, your 0.3, and it retraces the average of 85%, that would put Bitcoin at $15,000. But just by buying and selling once every 4 years, you've gone from 0.3 BTC to 2 Bitcoin, just with that simple action. And when you really understand how compound those gains are, if you just try to time the market, and look, if you're rich already, you don't have to worry about it. If you're happy with where you're at, you're content, you're okay hodling, that's fine. But as well as I do, Tom, most people watching our channels are not in that position. They're looking to change their financial status.
Yeah, I think that comes down to timeline and investing horizon. And, you said it, energy. How much time do I put into crypto? A ton. That's probably not what everyone should do. Probably not everyone should be watching the chart all day, every day. Hey, some people like doing it with me, and I rock on. Yeah. I love it. I think there's something to be said in many directions there. Holding some percent of what you have, not going to kill you. I think that it makes sense, though. Like you said, so far, we've seen pretty cyclical patterns in Bitcoin. We don't have a huge sample size, but it's been pretty consistent 4 years. That may break at some point, but we don't see that yet. I think that there's a mid ground. I'm all about splitting the difference when it comes to crypto and investing. If you don't know what to do, you're very worried, you think you should sell, well then maybe sell half. Do half of whatever you're planning, and instead of what everyone loves to do, which is all in, all out. I just don't see that working super well for people. Like they go all out, it goes up, they buy back higher right as it falls, and they just get caught one step behind. But I encourage holding. I think that it should be part of everyone in this space should do a little holding of some kind. It doesn't have to be everything, but I know.
We sure look. No, we're certainly going to sell more than we're keeping. But I mean, we're definitely keeping at least 20% because you got to do the risk reward factor. If we're wrong, and it goes up to $300,000 or $400,000,
exactly.
At least we still got 20% exposure. So we get to take advantage of that and have fun with it going up. But we're also protected if it does go down, like we think it's going to go down.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear they have like a number. See, like the biggest point, guys, that Ben has there is have a plan. Have a plan. Yeah. Even if it's just a 4-year kind of basic thing, that's a plan. And to have that 20%, because we don't know. The cycle may break eventually. Will it this time? I don't think so, but it could. And
well, also, I would like to reiterate here, when we say sell, it's to set money aside to accumulate more in the bear market. It's not to get out of crypto. We're not saying we're selling all of our crypto. We're going to take 80% and move it over to stable coins. So that way we can accumulate at the bottom of the bear market, instead of getting out of crypto, period. That's certainly not what we'd be trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this bear market's going to be very different. Not because of what people are thinking, institutions or whatnot. The APY, just these interest platforms. I have a new obsession, and that's APY. I'm obsessed with APY. Yeah. I don't even care about like the number in my bank or whatever. Like all I care about is how much per day am I generating just doing nothing. Crypto has enabled that for me, and I think it's enabling it maybe for everyone in the world right now. And we're seeing how screwed we really are getting sitting in the bank.
Absolutely. It doesn't help anybody out.
No, I think that's going to change the dynamics of the bear market. It's going to be a lot more comfortable. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I don't think so, but we'll see.
Yeah, maybe not. But I know you had to run here. I didn't want to hold you too long. I know we're over a little bit, but anything else that anything else you're working on or wanted to share with everybody?
I just tell everybody, check out CoinLeague. It's coming soon. Pluto Alliance is our big NFT project. It's already launched on Ethereum. That'll be launching on Cardano here pretty soon. Coins we love: Ethereum, Cardano, XRP. Those are coins we look to be, probably 1, 2, 3 by the end of this bull market. And thanks for having me on, Tom. Love to come on again down the road. Love when you come on around the blockchain. You're a good friend, and appreciate it. People don't know you helped me out big time when I got a strike on the channel one time to help get that removed. You showed me some things and helped me out because you did some extensive testing with it. So, you're a good dude. I appreciate you, and we'll catch you next time.
Right on, Ben. Thanks for being here, man. And of course, love to help out. And I think actually I'm on Monday. I'll see you again if you're there.
Awesome.
I
should be there on Monday.
You have a track record of not showing up when I'm there. I've noticed.
It's the first 2 times. Never again. Okay.
It's all good, man.
All right. We'll see you later, man.
Have a great day, Ben. Later, brother.
All right, man.